giving ourselves a moment or two to settle into our best seated pose. One where we're both comfortable, we feel alive and awake, conscious of your sit bones and your tailbone and their connection with the earth. I'm just conscious of lengthening the spine. There's always a gentle tuck in the chin. It's very, very small. If you put your index finger even on your chin and just give it a little push in, and what you feel is the back of the neck just straightening up and lengthening. So that we're tall in our seated position, we're lifted out of our pelvis. And then we can roll the shoulders down and back. And gently closing the eyes down. And just coming into our inner world. This morning, I want you to imagine that you're gathering up all the thoughts and busyness of the mind, all the movement in the mind, all the worries of the mind, and even all the disconnect in a way of the mind. And gathering them up into a beautiful basket. And then lowering them down into the heart. The heart is a very different intelligence. So you're lowering the basket down into the heart. And giving the heart permission to make sense of it all. All the stuff that goes on in the mind. Just go to the heart. And trusting in a way that whatever the mind does need to take care of, it will. That you've brought the right things now down into your heart. Just get a sense of your heart space. And allow some gladness and happiness to be felt in this space. Perhaps you can even tune into the subtlety of your heart beating. A certain aliveness. Right there in the heart. The heart is always willing to take this mind stuff and to transform it for you, to make sense of it. And just forget to bring it down into our hearts. Now dropping your awareness down further into what in Sanskrit is called the yoni space. So the yoni is the vagina and the womb space. When I say womb space, some of us may have a womb and some of us may not. So it's the space where the womb may have been or still is. And also the vagina. And yoni means sacred space. So this in woman is the sacred space. And this is often the forgotten space, the space we don't think of, the space we're often cut off from. But this, just like the heart, is a holding space for woman, in a really transformative space. And just dropping your awareness down, I invite you to take your left hand onto your womb and your right hand onto your heart, or onto your womb space. And just breathing down and feel the breath pass the heart, expand the chest, and then go down into the lower belly, down into the womb space. And then as you exhale, feel it move back up between the womb space and the heart and the womb. It's the journey of woman so associated with this space and the stories of woman. The little girl, the maiden, the mother, and the crone or the queen. And whether you have birthed children or not, all women have this mother time as well, where we mother projects and creations in our lives. Just even now revisiting for a moment the girl years and the maiden years. And acknowledging where you are, possibly somewhere between the mother years and the crone or the queen years. And today, just allowing safe and sacred space for any transformation of the stories of your years as girl, maiden, and mother, and perhaps even queen, to be transformed. Just allowing. So there may need to be acknowledgement of some of the stories. There may need to be acknowledgement of the space in you. There may need to be healing. There may need to be releasing. So today we're going to allow all of this. And that's all. It's just having a willingness to allow this movement, these changes to happen. So I'm going to do a little hand movement now just to open up and create those possibilities, opening the lotus of the heart. Gently drop your chin to your chest. Open your eyes with your gaze downwards. Draw your gaze upwards into the space. We're going to bring the two hands together at the heart center. Now the fingertips are touching and the thumbs with the palms of the hands joined. And again, we almost have like a little container here, like our yoni space. And then we're just going to open the hands out. We keep the baby fingers together and we're extending the hands out. And then we're going to begin to turn the hands over, bringing the backs of the hands together. We turn them in towards the heart and we form a lotus of the heart and the fingertips are open. And then again we close the fingertips in together. Open out again. And then turning the hands. Backs of the hands come together. Back in towards the heart and that lotus of the heart opening. Container of the womb as the hands close. Now if you have the movement, just gently close your eyes down. And we'll just continue with this. Everybody at their own time and space. So no rushing, feeling into some parts of the movement might resonate more with you than others. And just listening to that. So if you want to stay maybe with the hands extended out or stay with them in the lotus, just doing that. Just pleasing yourself. Staying with what's needed, not rushing anything. You can allow memories to come up, the healing, the revisiting, the acknowledging. The stories in themselves are not really important so much as the feelings that go with the stories. It's the feelings we're acknowledging and perhaps releasing. And the next time your hands come into lotus, just drop them right in front of your heart and hold that lotus open at the heart center. With a willingness again, just for allowing, opening, releasing, maybe holding, maybe there's some beautiful memories and stories that you want to continue to hold in your own space. And this amazing container that we have as women. Bring the left hand onto the heart, the right hand on top. And then for a moment here, just giving thought, prayer to your own mother. And if for any reason that isn't okay for you, just go to the Great Mother. Your mother may or may not be still present in this plane. Just giving thought, just honoring the woman that you came through. And as I say, if this doesn't feel right for you, go straight to Mother Earth, or the Great Mother, whatever that means for you. And then dropping your chin to your chest. Gently opening your eyes. Draw your gaze upwards. Just taking time to stretch out your legs and open them up. We're going to come on to all fours. We often do a cat-cow movement. It's very much part of yoga, but today really making it a more sensual cat-cow because we really want to connect with this space. And I remember one teacher one time saying to me, it might as well be China. I feel so disconnected or I feel so far away. So just this morning, just bringing the whole awareness into the womb space and into the yoni space as you do your cat-cow movement. So we're coming onto all fours. The wrists are below the shoulders. The knees are below the hips. And we take the knees slightly wider today than we usually do. So actually, yeah, they're not in fact below the hips. They're just slightly wider. Relax the feet. And we're just going to inhale as you look up and lift the tailbone. And then exhale as we take the head in to gaze in towards the navel and take the spine up towards the ceiling. And as you come up towards the ceiling, we can just gently draw on the pelvic floor muscles. And then as we inhale and lift up, release that lock on the pelvic floor muscles. And then just continuing with your movement in your own time, locking and releasing. And of course, it's really important to keep these muscles strengthened, particularly as we move into our queen years for many, many reasons, but just to enjoy sensuality and sexuality, but also for practical reasons, it's really good to keep these muscles toned. Just moving from one to the other, marry the breath of the movement. And just be present to all that you're feeling. Don't push any feelings away, even if they're uncomfortable. Just allow them to be. Don't judge them. Just let them be there. And we're going to begin to bring some movement into this now, some circular movement. So, choosing a part of the circle where it feels right for you to draw on the pelvic floor muscles. So for me, I'm finding as I come forward, there's a natural inclination there. So just listen to your body, making these big circles. I'm going to take my knees a little bit further back. You can check is that something you might need to do. For me, it just gives me a bigger range, making more circles. And circular movement is the feminine movement. It comes quite naturally for us to move in this way. Having more range in our hips. And then changing your direction. And then we're going to take the big toes together. You keep the knees wide apart and come back into your child's pose. This is a wide-legged child's pose. And then gently lowering the head down towards the floor and the chest. You may need a cushion there to meet your head. See what suits you. And giving yourself a moment just to really adjust into this position, into your best version of it. And then here, just resting the head down. And then we're going to breathe down once more into that space, down into the yoni. And as you breathe in, just feel an opening. And this time, as you exhale, bring in a gentle close on the exhale. So inhale, opening, and exhale, and closing. And as you're allowing the yoni space to open, it's really beautiful to visualize a rose. You see the rosebud, and we draw in the fullness of an open rose when we breathe out. This is all about allowing. Now we're just going to gently come up, bring the arms back in towards the knees, lift the upper body up. And we're going to come onto our toes and back into what's called crow pose. So we're here, we're squatted down, the heels are off the floor. You can use the hands to support you. And in this position, we're just going to play around a little bit. So you're just going to see what range of movement you have here. Just gently playing around. You can move the hands to outside the knees if you wish. Play with your range of movement. Just you can see what it feels like to be this close to the earth. Again, squatting is a very natural thing for women. And it's actually a really great way as well, just to kind of stay fit, and as you move into maybe the queen years, that ability to stay squatted down. So really encourage, like even when you're gardening or getting things at a lower presses, just to literally think about bringing your yoni, your sacred space, as close to the earth as you can. So just another little bit of movement here, playing around. Okay, so if it's available to you, we're going to drop the heels to the floor and we're going to stay here. Now, for some of you, this deeper squat may not be available, and if it's not, that's okay. You can also bring something in to meet your heels if you wished. So I'm just demonstrating with a cushion, but you can bring something in under your heels. Or just stand up and come down into a squat, but if you can get into this one, well and good. And I'm just using my elbows to gently keep my knees out, and then I'm just going to face my palms outwards. And in this position, you're going to just again start to breathe down into the yoni space. The most important thing to remember in all of this is that this is your sacred space. This belongs to you. This is the space that you're in charge of. And today the allowing is what you're allowing your body to release that no longer serves. And what you're allowing in terms of feeling and acknowledgement. And then there's the allowing those choices that you have that you may not always have had. So the allowing yourself to be fully in charge of this space. So often we have experiences, sometimes at the hands of others or at the hands of medics, where we felt we weren't in charge. So knowing now that you are in charge, you will allow only when it suits you and when it pleases you. And when you're ready, just gently bring your hands down to the floor. So the legs will need a nice stretch now. So using the hands, we're just going to gently push upwards, drop your head down, and then come up one vertebrae at a time. Nice and slowly. And give yourself a good shake. You might need to rub the legs a little bit. We're just going to do a little tapping now of this area. And what we want to do is just break up any stagnant energy out here. So just like, it's like patting yourself down in a way. And you can go around the back and around to kidneys and sacral. We often hold a lot of tension as well in our vaginas. It's one of those areas where we can hold tension. So again today, just that willingness to release any tension that might be held in this space. Okay, so we're going to revisit tree pose today in a slightly different way than we did last week. I'm just going to get rid of this. So bringing the feet just hip distance apart and really paying attention to the right leg, grounding that right leg down and imagining those roots going into the earth. It's really holding you and supporting you steady. We'll start off as we did last week. We're going to take the hands onto the hips. We're just going to find something to gaze at, a soft gaze on something that just helps with steadiness. And then taking the left foot either into the heel, or the heel, the ankle, or up to the calf. And that's as far as we're going to go this morning. What we're going to do then is we're just going to take the left hand onto the womb space and the right hand onto the heart. And we're just going to hold here. And then coming out of this, what we're going to do is we're going to take the left leg over the right so that it's standing in front of the right. And I'm going to take the right arm over and lean all the way over the opposite leg. And then coming back to center, bringing the left leg back. And we're going to do the same on the other side. So really forming roots with the earth with that left leg. Take the hands on the hips to start. And then lifting the right and coming into your best version of this. So whether it's here or up at the calf. And as I say, we're not going any further this morning. Just get a nice opening here. So we're always encouraging the knee outwards, and we want to keep the hips straight and aligned. Having your drishti or your eye gaze, left hand onto the womb, right hand onto the heart. And just pausing here. Pausing in the stillness and the steadiness. And then gently crossing the right leg over in front of the left. And this time taking the left hand across and stretching to the side. And back to center. And stepping back into a neutral position. I'm going to take the hands over the womb in the diamond mudra. So this is the mudra of the yoni. And we're going to bring the hands from here down towards the earth. So this is really symbolizing that emptying out from the womb down to the earth. So giving whatever it is we no longer want to carry down to the earth, but also honoring it at the same time. So we're just going to move forward, bring the hands down, and as they come down, we're going to squat down towards the earth, and then we're going to lift them all the way up towards the heavens. Down through the heart, down to the womb, down to the earth, all the way. And as they come up, you can gaze through that space up towards the heavens. And again. And just continuing this movement. Adjust your legs if you need to. And the next time when you're coming down, as you come down to your heart, that's where we're going to pause, holding this diamond mudra at our heart. And just staying here for a moment. And just gently opening the hands out wide from here. Coming back into the diamond mudra. There's this opening and closing here at the heart center. Back into the heart, down to the womb, and then opening in this space. And just taking a moment, just standing here with the hands open at the sides of the body. The arms are away from the body. And just this beautiful open stance. Okay, so when you're ready, you can gently open your eyes, find your way down to the floor. We're going to come down to sitting. And here we're just consciously connecting our root with the earth again. And like we always do with Sufi grind, we imagine that we're like a corkscrew going down into the earth. So we're really rooting ourselves, keeping the heart open and lifted as we move. And again, all the time with just that willingness to acknowledge, to release, to let go, or to hold on. You know, whichever feels right for you, or whatever. Some stuff you might want to let go of, some you might want to hold on. Just that willingness. I'm just going to begin now. Circles, inhaling as you come forward and exhaling as you come back. As you come back, you can gently draw on the pelvic floor muscles again. It's always gentle. It's never about squeezing. It should never show on your face. It's quite powerful, though, what we can do with the muscles. So it's just really gently pulling them upwards and inwards as you lean back. Releasing them as you come forward. And just allowing a sense of freedom to come into your movement. And slowly and mindfully change your direction. Exact same movement, just going the opposite way. And then beginning to wind your circles inwards. Take a deep breath into the center. And root lock. Drawing your pelvic floor muscles, your buttocks, your navel. Drawing everything upwards and inwards. Consciously move energy up the spine. Exhale, release the lock. Just remain still. And we're just going to gently take the hands back behind us with the fingertips facing forward. And we're just going to lift and open the chest and the heart and just get a nice stretch here. And then relaxing. Taking the legs out in front, and we're just going to bring the soles of the feet together. So normally when we do butterfly, I encourage you to bring your heels in close to your pelvis, but this time we're going to keep the legs out a little bit further. Out a little bit further. I'm just going to lean back on the arms once more and just gently moving the knees up and down. Draw the knees in together and inhale. And then open them as wide as you can on your exhale and hold. And here again, just taking a moment just to play with the pelvic floor muscles. And then when you're ready, we're going to gently lower ourselves down onto our back. So whatever is the easiest way for you to get onto your back. Lying down, we're going to stretch right into the foot soles, and we're going to take the arms back behind us. Keep the toes nice and active. Pull towards you, stretch into the fingertips, stretch the whole length of your body. And a couple of nice long deep breaths. And then relaxing the arms down. So we're going to extend right into the left leg and into the left foot sole. And we're going to hug the right knee into the chest. Bring it all the way. You can keep both feet active. You can stretch into the right foot sole as well. Just holding here for a moment or two, breathing into it. And then we're going to begin to play with this knee. So I'm just going to start to make circles, bring the knee in towards the chest, and then out to the side. Bringing some gentle motion into that hip. The hips as well, of course, very much part of the sacral chakra, very much part of our stories as women. And again, often a place of holding, of tightness. Just gently. You can change your direction. And then again, pausing. And then you can reach down for that foot, so that with the opposite hand, with the left hand, just reach down and pull it in towards you. And then we're going to take the outer edge of the right foot. And we're just going to hold here and do what we call half happy baby pose. So bringing the left leg in, bend the left leg. And just again, just playing here a little bit. So just see what range of movement you have here. So outwards and inwards, you can pull the foot in towards you, push it away from you. It's really just a little bit of playfulness here. And then we're going to take the right foot and place it on the left knee. And then you're gently encouraging the right knee away from you. Without using your hands, you're just encouraging it away. And just breathing into that stretch. Gently open your eyes, reach with your left hand over to the right knee. And we're going to bring that right foot sole as close to the ground as we comfortably can. So we're twisting, giving a nice stretch on your outer right hip. And we're just bringing it down towards the floor. Now for some of you, it might reach the floor. We want to keep the spine on the ground. So it's just a nice gentle twist. Don't worry if it doesn't reach the floor. That's okay. And then coming back to center. And just releasing that leg, stretching right into it. Stretch the left leg as well. Stretch the arms back behind. And relax and let go. We're going to do the same on the other side. We're going to hug the left knee into the chest. Just holding it here. Just allowing for that awakening and that opening on the left side. And like everything else in the body, we will feel things differently on the left to the right often. We're always looking to create balance. And then holding the knee, and just beginning to bring some movement in now. Always listen to your body, never forcing or stretching too much. It's literally with that sense of curiosity and playfulness and seeing what's available. A soft approach. You can change your direction. Hold it in again. And then with your right hand reaching down into your left instep, pulling the leg towards you, and then with the left hand taking the outer edge of the foot, you can bring a bend into the right leg. And just at your happy baby pose here, just our half happy baby, just playing around a little bit. Seeing what range of motion is available to you. And we see babies doing this. We're going to do the full pose in them, but we see them doing this, you know, when their nappies are being changed and things like that. And they're very playful with their legs and their hips. That's the name. Okay, and now we're going to bring that left foot, the outer edge of the left foot, to rest on the right thigh. And you're gently encouraging the knee away. Again, you can just rest here, just close your eyes. Breathe into any opening you might be feeling. And taking the right hand over to the left knee and gently bringing that left foot down towards the right side of the floor, keeping the spine on the ground. Listening to your body, not forcing or pushing in. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, release that leg down. And then this time we're going to pull the knees right into the chest and just gently rock from side to side. Nice massage for the circle. Now we're going to reach our hands inside the legs and then to the outer edge of both feet and come into full happy baby pose. So again, you can just play around here, so you can rock from side to side. You see what's available to you. You can hold your big toes. You can see, can you extend the legs out more? But it's just about playing around. Bring the heels in towards the butt. Whatever you want to do, just play around here, a little bit of rocking. You might feel a bit silly, but just even just closing your eyes and smiling to yourself. Just enjoy this position. And if you do feel uncomfortable, again, like earlier, just allow it to be. Just allow yourself to be uncomfortable. It's okay. And then gently releasing the hands, hug the knees into the chest once more. Drop the foot soles to the floor. And we're gently going to let the knees fall out to the sides. Now you don't need your cushions just yet, but we will be placing them under the knees in a while. But just let them fall out to the side as far as they comfortably can. Breathing down into the yoni. As you breathe in, feeling an opening, and as you breathe out, just close. Breathing in, opening, and breathing out, closing. And hug the knees into the chest again. This time, using the hands, we're going to make circles with the knees, but we're going to open the knees out in these circles, and then bring them into close. You're using your hands to help with the movement. Again, it's a circular movement, opening and closing. And then we're going to go the opposite way, so closing the legs in first and then opening them out. Drawing in towards the chest as you close them. And then finally hugging into the chest again. Taking a moment here, tuck your chin in. A moment of relaxation. It's a nice place to connect back in with the heart. Gently drop your foot soles to the floor, keep the knees bent, extend the fingertips down towards the heels. And I'm going to draw on the pelvic floor muscles again. And gently tilt the pelvis up towards the ceiling, keeping that lock on the pelvic floor muscles. And then slowly coming down, and as we feel our sacral hit the floor, just releasing the lock. And then again, drawing. So we can actually, what we'll do is we'll take a breath in, and then we'll form the lock on the exhale and lift on the exhale. So take a deep breath in all the way down into your belly. As you exhale out, form your lock and gently tilt the pelvis upwards. Take a deep breath in. Begin to lower down and exhale and release the lock. And 2 more in your own time. Deep breath in. Locking on the exhale. Lifting. And one more time. Last one. And as you release down, now very consciously connect your sacral with the floor. Relax the shoulders. And what you're going to do is, you might need to move to do this, but just get your cushion so that they're either side of your legs. And return the palms to face upwards. And then gently let the knees fall out to the sides. Have the cushions there to support them. Now, if at any time during our relaxation this gets too much for you, You can just gently straighten the legs out. You can bring the heels away from the body if you wish. And if you're not comfortable with the palms facing up or open, just bring them in that diamond mudra onto the womb space, whichever feels right for you. Gently tuck your chin into your chest. And just begin to very consciously direct your breath into the heart and then down into the womb, into the yoni. And allow the breath to lead through the yoni. So there's a real release on the out breath from the yoni. And then we're going to breathe in through the yoni. Again, just a very gently drawing of the muscles. Bring the breath up to the heart. And breathe out through the mouth. And then breathing in either through the mouth or the nose, all the way down to the heart. Down to the womb. And breathe out through the yoni. Breathing in through the yoni, drawing up from the earth. Up to the heart. Out through the mouth or the nose. And then continuing with this beautiful circular movement. Taking in the nourishment that you need. And releasing anything that you would like to let go. Any old stories, old experiences that you have been holding on to up until today, knowing that today, because you are here, and simply because you are here, is the perfect time to let go. And just knowing that amazing container that your womb space is in its ability to hold. So during our menstrual cycle, holding that nourishment and preparing for the possibility of a baby, and then knowing when exactly to release, let go of that nourishment and allowing it back to the earth. Holding on to the babies that are meant to be born and meant to be here. Holding on to them for that 9 months, 10 moons, and then birthing them when the time is right. Sometimes knowing babies that are not to be birthed at full term, knowing when to release them. This womb space, just like your heart, has its own intelligence, its own knowing. And there's this most amazing container in our ideas, our creations. The simple baking of a cake comes from the heart space and the room space. Now just letting go of all instructions and directions and all desires and all allowings. Just letting everything go. And just allowing yourself a few moments of total and utter relaxation. Put your body into whatever position feels the most relaxing for you right now. Just allowing some gentle yawns to come into your chest, your throat, your jaw. Noticing those yawns. A bit of stretching. Perhaps a bit of wriggling of the toes and fingers. Oh, and more yawns. Just bringing your body over onto its side into fetal position. This is always that lovely preparation after Shavasana, rebirth. No need to rush anything. But whenever you feel ready, just bringing yourself back into your seated position as you were at the beginning. Sitting regally and gracefully. And with your eyes still closed, just take a moment with your younger little girl self. And take your hands onto your heart and just give her a little nod or a little bow to the girl that you were. And then moving into the maiden. It's sometimes awkward and perhaps less graceful than we'd like to be these maiden years, particularly the early ones. But just a little bow or a nod now to the maiden that you were in those maiden years. And then an acknowledgement of the mother years, those middle years where we're in lots of creation, whether it's babies or things or businesses or nieces and nephews where we have a very different role but still a mothering role. Just acknowledging all of that. How many years that perhaps some of us are in or some of us are moving into great wisdom years, where all that we have learned comes collectively together, and we have a wisdom to share, and we have a deep knowing, and we begin to really understand ourselves. And for some of us, this is where our real purpose starts to shine, not diminishing any of the other purposes in our lives, but we start to have more of a knowing of what we're about and why we're here. These are spiritual years birthed through the menopause. The menopause is another birth, and often a very difficult, challenging, awakening birth. So like all births, there are places where we're transitioning and cramming, and often those are the most painful and yet delightfully beautiful. Just acknowledging it all, and wherever you are on the journey as woman, here in this body and this lifetime. And we're going to just take the sheath position, so it's like when you put a sword into its sheath, and just close down this space, one space for just for ourselves, and we open this space whenever we wish to. Just acknowledging that, the importance of just closing this down for yourself and opening it whenever you wish. And I invite you just to gently open your eyes and fully back into the present. I wish you all a wonderful, magical day. Thank you so much for joining me. Maharati.